Okay, so I'm going to be showing you how to make a pea shooter slash potato cannon type thing, but a smaller version kind of a potato cannon, using a pen. This is the tube of the pen. I've taken the pen out of it and everything. So it's just the tube for the barrel, and I've got a film canister, anything like kind of cartridge or something with a lid. I don't know, a pill jar could work, and that would be for the chamber. And this is the sparker and the canister from a barbecue lighter. Here's the sparker, and it comes with the wires, so won't need any wires. And this is the tank, which I will be using, which you don't need, but I will be using for the gas to fire off the pea shooter. So you can also use hairspray or Axe or anything. A lot of people have Axe, that's why I mentioned that. And super glue. Okay, so yeah, you need something else to seal it up. Preferably super glue or something strong, not hot glue. Hot glue will just break. That won't work very well. And yeah, you need something to seal the holes because you want compression. So yeah, I've started a hole in the top of the cap with this little poke screwdriver thing. I don't know, there's not even a head on it. And I'm making it bigger using a normal screwdriver. I want it to be a little bit tight. I'm not using a drill. I don't know why, because I'm lazy. But I want it to be a little bit tight on the pen so it can have a lot of compression and it's not loose. Now I'm going to try and jam this in here. Okay, so I finally got the pen through the lid. It's a pretty good seal, but I'm still going to need to put super glue on it to seal the edges and make sure that it doesn't blow up on me. Okay, so I'm going to use this steak knife to scratch up the surface of the side of the pen and the top of the lid so the glue has something to grip onto so it doesn't just blow off anyway. Okay, so now you can see here that I've kind of scratched up the surface of the lid, and you can see it's all roughed up, so the glue is going to stick better, and I've also scratched up the surface of the pen. Okay, now I've actually glued it on. I've put the glue around the surface, as you might be able to see or might not, I'm not sure. Okay, so the next step is you gotta poke two little tiny holes in each side of the film canister. One in one side and one in the other side, so you can have them going through if you can see where I'm holding this wire here. And one on each side. Okay, so you can see I have the hole poked in this side here, and the hole poked in the other side. So there's a hole on each side of the film canister now. And what you're gonna wanna do is take the wires from the sparker, put one in one side, like that. And then you gotta put the other in the other side. And what you gotta make sure to do is make sure the wires are kind of spread apart. They can't be right together because if they're right together they won't spark. They need to have some room to spark. So now as you can see it's starting to look kind of like a bomb or something, I don't know. But I've got the wires in both the sides. Looks kind of cool, kind of funky. And I've also taped the sparker to the back, so the button is sticking out the back and it's kind of easy to press because you'll be holding it kind of like this. That's how I'm going to hold it. Hold the lid down while you're pressing the button. And it's pretty useful, pretty easy access. You can see the wires in there kind of placed beside each other. So there's the spark. That's what the spark's going to look like. Kind of cool. So now you're going to want to seal up the sides of the wires with some super glue also. Okay, so now I've got this sealed up. It's got super glue on there and super glue on the other side. And I have to leave those to dry now. And I've also touched up this, put some more glue on top and a bit on the inside just in case. So now I've probably left this for about an hour or so to dry, and the film canister dried pretty quick, so I put tape all the way around it. It looks a little bit nicer, and I covered up the wires. On the outside of the wires I've got like tape around it, and it's holding the trigger better. You can see inside there. And yeah. So also this is dry. This is pretty well dried. I recommend you leave it for probably longer than an hour to dry before you use it, so it works better and doesn't break. And yeah, and this is probably what the finished product to look like, kind of. It's not the least redneck thing you've seen. Kind of hold it like this while holding the lid while pressing the button, because sometimes it'll want to blow the lid off, and if you hold it, well, lid's not coming off. Okay, so I'm pretty well ready to fire. This is what it looks like. I taped up the top a little more. There's a trigger. Works pretty well. And I'm going to attempt to fire it. Put some gas in there and fire it off. Hopefully it will actually perform for the video, because I don't have any hairspray or anything good. And my favorite thing to do with it is spitballs. So I'm going to use some paper. This is fairly soft, and it makes easy. You can use anything else too, but don't clog the barrel, because that won't end it well. This is just a clip of me firing it, as you can see, if you see it hit the wall there. But there's no sound, so I'm going to record another clip with sound. Okay, so this is me firing it with sound, and I'm just going to fire a spitball at the wall again, using butane, which does not work very well, I've found out. Using hairspray or axe is probably much better. This stuff does not do well. Stir it up a bit. There we go. You can see that spitball. And always be sure to blow out the inside when you're done, because sometimes it stays on fire in there and your wires just all start melting, or you just set something on fire and won't even realize. Alright, now I gotta spin that spitball off my wall.